Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to ktvision, and hey, what's up? If you are new here, I just wanted to let you know right off the bat that I am filming this intro and then also an outro that you'll see at the end. I'm filming this on a different day than the one I filmed majority of the footage. I started getting ready in this video, you'll see, and I just started talking and didn't have a proper intro, and I didn't finish up, I guess, the video in the way that I had planned. So I figured it's now the next day and I just wanted to conclude all of my thoughts, so as well as welcome you to my channel. Stay tuned if you want to hear my little reflection on 2022. Hello, here we are with another get ready with me. So I'm getting ready for just a little family get together. It's around Christmas time by the time you see this. I think it'll be the new year, so that's exciting. And because of that, instead of just getting ready, I figured I could talk to you a little bit about just some reflection on 2022. I'm just a girl who likes to wear makeup, and I like experimenting with different makeup. I like trying different makeup looks, yada yada. So, all right, so for the purpose of this video, I did write down some little notes just to kind of like guide my reflection. I like having notes, otherwise I might go off on a rant, which I already have. We're already 5 minutes in on my recording timer, and I haven't even started. When I think back to the majority of the year 2022, I just really think about what I learned. I think about the blessings, I think about any struggles, and then I also think about things I'm looking forward to in the new year as well. So why don't I just start out with that? I'll start out with just some achievements, milestones, life events that happened that were awesome, that were exciting, and just maybe some other things that I learned along the way too. So just some things that stand out to me as far as like life events, and these aren't in any particular order, but just some things I'd like to acknowledge. One of those things being that I reached 300 subscribers on ktvision, which is awesome and really exciting. I've started this channel over 3 years ago, and you know, I've been consistently posting and just sharing content that I enjoy creating, sharing content that I hope you all will enjoy as well. And I've learned a lot, I feel like, as far as like editing goes and things like that. I know I have a lot to learn, but I'm just excited about that achievement, and I'm excited to see what this new year will bring for ktvision. So yeah, 300 subscribers. I think I'm at like 332 now, so that's all thanks to you guys watching who've decided to subscribe, and if you haven't already, please consider it. It really does support me. I hope for ktvision to just be a place, a platform for me to continue to share the things I'm passionate about, and just sharing that with you guys. But yeah, as far as other achievements or other just things I'd like to acknowledge, in 2022, we did adopt our puppy Ash. He has just added so much fun and joy to my family. It has been fun. It's been really fun just seeing him grow. Also in 2022, I welcomed another nephew. And then let's see. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about and acknowledge that, you know, I've continued to balance working, teaching full-time, as well as being a full-time grad student. I've shared that already on ktvision, that I'm pursuing my master's in special ed. Pretty much just getting more qualified for what I'm already doing, and emphasizing in learning disabilities. So I feel like I need to acknowledge and just be proud of myself that I've been able to manage that. I'll be starting my final semester of grad school on January 9th. So that is coming soon, and I just look forward to making the most of my last semester. Just wanted to acknowledge that. Another thing, in 2022, I celebrated 3 years of marriage with my wonderful husband. We got married in 2019. Something I'm really, really grateful for. Something else along with that, our first year of marriage, we lived in an apartment, and then we transitioned to a home. We purchased a home. We knew we didn't want to be in an apartment for too long, and if the opportunity presented itself, we found a home that we really loved. We would pursue it, and sure enough, we found one that works really well for us, and we've been making we made some pretty major upgrades right when we moved in.
but we continue to add to it and just make adjustments as we go to really just make it a place that we love. So it's just been really fun enjoying this house, turning it into a place that we love. Just really grateful that we have this space, and yeah, we've really come to love it, and we have a few more exciting changes that we're making. Another thing, recently celebrated, went to a wedding for one of my husband's brothers, just got married, so I added another sister-in-law to the family, so feeling really grateful for that. And I'm sure there's so many other things, like little things that happen that I might forget to acknowledge, but they still happen, and I'm learning that I don't need to share absolutely everything. One other thing, I know last year I was really focused, or I thought I'd be really focused on my fitness routine, I guess, and more so like my physique. I had good intentions, we'll say, last year for 2022 to be really focused on my physique and just, I guess, just wanting to look a certain way and achieve a certain appearance, I guess, which I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing to want, but I think for me, I was so focused on that. I was really focused on that, and I think because of that, I wasn't seeing like immediate results, which ultimately I think made me, I don't want to say fail, but maybe didn't achieve the things that I had hoped to. And I think because I don't think I had like the right like purpose behind it, like driving it. So I think in saying that, why did I start talking about that? Oh yeah, so my focus was mainly on the physique, but moving into this new year, things have, I think, changed or shifted. But I want to say though that something I want to acknowledge is that I have done a pretty good job of maintaining my activity levels. I feel like as far as being active, I go, and this might seem little, but going for a walk every single day. Like my husband and I have been doing that every single day. There are days there though, especially this past week when we had like negative 34 degree with the wind chill, like where it wasn't really safe to be outside. Those days we did not go for a walk, we will say. But I do want to say that overall I've been pretty active and just more aware and more attentive to my activity levels. So just wanted to acknowledge that overall. Another thing that is a pretty big deal, and I think I just play it off. If you know me or you know, I tend to suppress things or maybe try to ignore or just like push through things that probably shouldn't. So I will just say this year that I did get help finally with a medical or like a health issue, I guess you could call it, that I've been living with for a long time. But thanks to my husband and other family members, they did encourage me to seek help, and I finally did. And I plan to share more about this in the future, hopefully on another. I do plan to share about this in an upcoming video, just about my journey with that, along with sharing that detail and with like sharing in general. I've learned this past year that there are areas of my life that I should share more about, especially with the community around me, my family, my colleagues, friends. There are things I could do better with sharing about.
Hey guys, so like I shared at the beginning, I filmed the intro, and then I'm filming this outro on a different day. It's the day after that I was getting ready and talking about my reflection. So I just kind of wanted to, I guess, just wrap up this video and just kind of summarize and just conclude my thoughts. So I'd shared quite a few different things about just different things that happened and just my overall reflection on the year. I don't know if I shared this yet, but I wanted to say too that some of the ways I like to reflect or just look back on my year is I think about how I spent my time. And sitting here and just looking back, I know there were so many days that I did not use my time wisely. I feel like I spent a lot of time just either scrolling on my phone or immediately or automatically just going to my phone, some type of search engine just to get inspiration or get ideas or to fill the time or pass the time. And although I think became aware of and have built some awesome habits in the year of 2022, I feel like I've also been a victim to some not so great habits that I've allowed myself to develop. So just looking ahead to the new year, really refocusing, just to put it simply, just refocusing on my core, my values. And like I mentioned before, it doesn't have to be a new year to start or to refocus. You can do that at any time. It's never too late. And as far as reflecting, I wanted to touch on this. So I looked at how I spent my time. Also, I'm someone who does journal, and I like to write when I'm just, if I'm going through something, or sometimes if I'm not feeling anything at all, I feel like just journaling helps me get all those thoughts out that I'm not always in a hurry to share with anybody else. But I feel like my journal is just a way for me to get all my thoughts out. And I think it's a way that also helps me guide my prayer and that time with God and that connection with God is by writing it down. It just helps me communicate those feelings. So I like to look back in my journal, and I noticed from a lot of my entries, I mainly journaled when I was going through a hard time. And there were long stretches as well that I wasn't journaling at all. Like I looked back, I had gone months without opening that up. And that just, I feel like touches on the fact that this past year, I was not very focused on, it's kind of hard to put into words. Like I wasn't focused on living, and that I wasn't really in the moment. I feel like I was focused more on the past, just feeling stuck in my past, as well as looking to the future. But I feel like I was in a headspace where I wasn't necessarily like dreaming or looking at my aspirations and being hopeful for my future. It was more like looking to the future and being stuck in like anxious anticipation, like looking ahead to the last semester of my master's program. I felt, I was in the thick of finishing up my classes, and instead of just like being in the moment and really focusing on those projects and assignments and just being proud of myself for getting the grade that I wanted and actually doing really well, instead of that, I was like already thinking about, oh no, next semester is going to be even harder. It's going to be the hardest semester. How am I going to get through this? And so really, I feel like this past year, like I said, I wasn't focused on just living my life and being in the moment. I was really worried and focused on the past and the future and just not living in the present. So my goal for this new year is to really realign my focus, really to hone in on what truly matters to me. And I plan to share in an upcoming video that focus. And like I said, I feel like I got really caught up in who I used to be, and I guess just feeling stuck there. Towards the end here though, now that I've like stopped and been able to think and reflect, there's definitely growth in that, and that I'm able to acknowledge those things in those areas of my life that I do want to press forward and improve to truly become better than ever. And like I said, you can look out for videos to come where I'll be sharing my focus and in hopes just to inspire you to find your focus as well, and not necessarily to copy me, but just for hopefully a way, because that's why I really started ktvision, is just to share what I'm doing in my life in hopes to inspire and help somebody, at least one person in your life, whether I'm inspiring you to try something new or encourage you to think in a way that maybe you haven't before. By the time you're seeing this, it'll already be the new year. So my prayer is that you are off to a great start. And like I've already mentioned, it's never too late to start. You might be seeing this well into the new year. I just encourage you to maybe just take a step back, refocus, realign your values, and give yourself credit where it's due. yeah, I think this year has just been, it's been a huge wake-up call for me. All that to say, I think it was important just to reflect on the year, and I am ready to start a new year. Have some new goals, some goals that I will be carrying over, and really just shifting my perspective, my approaches to achieve those goals. And I'm just really focusing on the present, on the here and now, what I can do today, what I can do in this moment. It really comes down to what I'm doing right now. All right, you guys, I hope this was encouraging to you, and look out for some more videos about the new year, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'd love to get to know you, and you can give this video a thumbs up to let me know you like it, and feel free to check out some of my other videos and just come along, come get to know me. And maybe you're starting out a channel, or maybe started an Instagram account. Maybe you have a platform that you're trying to build. Let me know about it. I would love to support you. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, guys. I'll see you in my next one.